Mark Bergevin deep in his own end. He rolled it to center ice. Now we have a scrap on the far side. Frazier wrestling along the boards with one of the Oilers, McClellan. The linesman trying to move in there. For the moment, it just appears to be a wrestling match. Now they all tumble to the ice as the linesmen having a tough time controlling those two big wingers, but finally now they're separated.
Well, Kurt Frazier is really active in this first period.
7.5 to go in the opening period. 1-0 Edmonton. Back after this on Sports Vision and WBBM. Wide, now low at the far point. Put it in behind the net, McClellan. He took a bump from Watson. Now they battle away, and Watson won the battle but was pulled down by McClellan. The play goes on. McClellan back of the Hog goal. Trying to jam it loose. Watson back on his feet trying to tie him up. And finally the whistle sounds as some pushing and shoving going on behind the goal. But the officials are there alertly. Early in the second period, it's Edmonton 2 and Chicago 0.
As he passed it across the goal mouth, Patterson went crashing into the net. Coffey with a good defensive play in a 2-on-1 situation, forcing Patterson to a bad angle. The pass was intended for Ludzik. Ludzik crashed into the Oiler player who slid into the goalpost. Tikkanen with 2 goals in this game probably have some sore ribs as he crashed into the post. Is Chicago's news station. All day, every day, get the latest news, weather, traffic, and sports here on WBBM News Radio 78. Well, Tikkanen, even though these nets come off the moorings easily with the magnetic posts, he went in quite heavily. And
Secord over the line, storms to the corner, centered one. Napier over the line, moves right in. Here's the shot. Bannerman the save. Napier was right in, and he failed to lift it as he had Bannerman down and out. And the puck cleared back to center. Just 2 minutes to go now as the Oilers dump it back in. Oh, Frazier just got away with one. No, he didn't. The linesman's going to call a penalty. Kurt Frazier just took his team right out of the game. Frazier with a bonehead play, got tangled up with Gregg along the boards. He gave him one shot with a elbow. Then as the players separated, he speared him, and the linesman, although the referee Myers missed it, linesman Perry was standing there. He makes the call.
I'm not so sure, though, if he's giving Randy Gregg a penalty, but definitely Frazier got the elbow up at Gregg and then speared him with the stick, jabbed him in the knee, or Myers was reluctant to call the penalty, and then finally he had to.
All right, 4 skaters aside now as the Hawks get a little break, and just 1:44 left to go. 5-4 Oilers. Doug Wilson now back of his own net. Wilson gave it to Bob Murray at center. Murray rolled it over the line. Troy Murray moves in, shooting. He scores! Troy Murray fired it by the glove of Fuhr, who got a piece, but it dribbled in past him. The Hawks come back to tie the game. So while it looked like Frazier's penalty may be averted for a while, now in overtime, the poorly executed situation by Frazier, not thinking clearly, putting his team in a real jackpot here. The Hawks are shorthanded for 3 minutes in overtime. Here's Gregg beating Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky shoots it in. Bounces to the far side. Nyland is there. Now let's see the whistle sound. And we have a high sticking penalty, I believe, against the Oilers. Oh, referee Myers not making any friends in Edmonton tonight.
Wayne Gretzky dumps it in on the power play. Ludzik interferes with Messier, and Messier gives Ludzik a shot. Not a smart move on Messier's part, and that helps bail out Kurt Frazier's situation. 2 minutes and 2 seconds remain on Frazier's penalty, and Messier will have a 2-minute high sticking penalty with 3:46 remaining in overtime.
So it'll be 4 skaters aside now. Mike Kruzilniski rolled it to Gretzky. He hits the line. Gretzky into the slot, waiting for help, turning quickly, still hanging on beautifully. Gretzky putting on a show, walks in front. Gretzky, the shot, bottom of the time! Gretzky did it all, except score! Glenn Anderson left it for Messier. Olczyk tied him up. Secord clears it back into the Edmonton zone. Now the Oilers, too many men on the ice. Gretzky just hopping over the boards, playing the puck. McTavish had not gotten off yet for the player change. Too many men on the ice against the Oilers, and the Hawks will have a power play with 70 seconds remaining. Doug Wilson is back. Wilson gave it to Troy Murray. His feed got it back. Murray over the line, cuts in, centered it. They score! Hawks win! Hawks win! Troy Murray set up Secord, who banged it in on the power play. Hawks win in overtime. The second time ever Chicago has won a game in the Northlands Coliseum. And the Hawks flying off the bench together in the corner. A jubilant bunch of Chicago players.
Started in their own zone. Troy Murray with a backhand pass. Larmer deflects it ahead, back to Troy Murray, catches up with it. Secord's on the far side. The 2-on-1 situation. Troy Murray fakes the shot and then slides it over, and Secord puts it in for his second of the night and 4th point of the game to get the winner in overtime with 51 seconds remaining. Larmer and Troy Murray getting the assists. What a finish to a great hockey game. The Blackhawks coming from behind twice in this game. Troy Murray tied it up late in the 3rd period at 18:32, and Troy Murray sets up the winner. Secord puts it in. The Hawks win in overtime.
Now the Blackhawks win for only the 2nd time ever in Northlands Coliseum. And we all know what the